So today, let's talk about the first 30 days of me traveling abroad. Of course, most of you that already follow me know that I started my journey here in Mexico um, February 24th. So right now, today is February 27th, so it's a little bit over 30 days. Um, I have I have enjoyed the journey, and I have to say, Mexico may be stuck with me, but we'll see. I do plan on traveling to other places. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I want to give you um, a couple of things that have happened over the past 30 days. And I'm sharing this with you, those of you that are planning to maybe move abroad or travel abroad long term like me. These are some tips that I want to start putting out there so that you'll know what to look for. So one thing that I made, and I'm going to take a step back really quickly. One mistake that I made was not selling everything sooner. So most of you know, and I keep saying most of you know, but we'll skip that part. But most of you that follow me know that I sold everything. I lived in Tampa, Florida. I sold everything and left the U.S. with two suitcases and a duffel bag. I've since I got here, I noticed a lot of those things that I had in those two suitcases I didn't need. So I donated even more when I got here. So that's one mistake I made just by honestly, even though it was two suitcases, it was still too much. Clothing was too thick for this hot weather. It's 90 degrees here in March when I'm seeing snowstorms in the US, and my daughter is saying it's about 60 degrees in Tampa some days. So yeah, don't overpack. And then of course me waiting too late to sell everything. I literally was leaving on Monday and I sold the final pieces of furniture in my house on Saturday night before I left. So that was a little stressful, wondering what I was going to do with that because for, I didn't want to pay for storage for 2 years. I just wanted to kind of be free of everything because this is my fresh start. This is my time of healing. And I wanted to take money and put it towards debt versus putting it towards storing things that I may not even use again. So, one thing that I have fallen in love with, the first thing since I got here, and I'm in Playa del Carmen, I have fallen in love with being able to, drum roll please, drop off my laundry and have them wash it, dry it, fold it, and give it back to me. Like I'm somebody that was always in a space where I would do laundry. It would take me about 10 to 14 business days, like literally, to fold that laundry. I would sometimes in the morning, I would get up and go to my dryer and get dressed in front of my dryer because I was pulling clothes out from clothes that I washed a week ago because I don't like doing laundry. So if you're somebody if you are somebody that does not like doing laundry, let me know how many business days it takes you to fold laundry. But for me, right now, I don't have to fold anything. I just dropped laundry off this morning. She did ask me if I wanted to come back and get it later today or tomorrow. Mañana. I'm learning. Mañana, and I said no. I mean, not today. I will come back tomorrow to go ahead and grab it. So that's one thing that I have learned to do, learned to let go, and also learned to love. It wasn't hard for me to learn to love it because it's something that I literally hated to do back home in Tampa. Next thing is, so I've been staying in Airbnbs. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to rent. I only have about 5 months left here, a little under 5 months left here in Playa del Carmen or in Mexico in general. Um, I'm trying to figure out now if I want to continue with Airbnbs or do a short-term month-to-month rental. So let me explain the difference. So with Airbnbs, of course, you're going to pay if you do a month of Airbnb, you're going to get a, you're going to get a discount, they give a good discount if you do a full 30 days on the Airbnb. But the thing is, the Airbnb fees and the taxes will eat you up. Like literally, if you're doing whether you're doing a month, a day, a week, or whatever you're doing, those taxes and fees are crazy. Um, so the other option is for you to get a rental apartment here. And so the rental, of course, their rentals are cheaper. Like you can literally find some rentals at 550 a month US dollars. In most of them would be older buildings. Now there are some in newer buildings that are like $1,000 or more. You can do that, but when you're renting here, they don't look at your credit. They don't care about that US credit. If you have a 402 credit score, it doesn't matter. You just have to show them the money. So just say, for example, if you're looking for a rental and it's $1,000 a month, you're going to have to put a deposit of $1,000 a month. And then sometimes they'll do a contract fee. So your total may be about 22, 2,300, or whatever it comes to with the amount of rental that you chose. So that's the difference. I am in a space right now where I'm trying to decide if I want to continue with Airbnbs or if I want to go into a short-term rental. Right now, the next thing that I wanted to share with you is this is how I basically figured out about where I want to be. So if I do decide whether I decide on an Airbnb or a short-term rental or month-to-month rental, I know where I want to live now because the first 4 weeks that I've been here, I've been able to stay in a different Airbnb each week, so that I can get to know the areas. I spent a week on so Fifth Avenue is the main tourist area of Playa del Carmen. So I spent a week on the far end of Fifth Avenue. I didn't really like it. I was excited to get back over to the side that I'm on now. Um, so I spent 2 weeks in this area that I'm in. This is more of I would say upscale to me. More laid back. They have more cafes, and things like that over here. So it's more me or more of what I'm used to. So I spent 2 weeks over here, two separate times, and then I spent a week in Tulum. Let me just tell you, like literally all of the videos and things that we see on social media about Tulum, I think they're just staying on the beaches because like literally I stayed there for probably a week and a half. Yeah, it was more than a week there. So I stayed there for like a week and a half. I did not like Tulum. I went there thinking, okay, I'm going to be in a space where I can get some peace, I can get some quiet, I can get some work done. That was too much peace and quiet for me. It was like it was nothing going on unless you went to the beach. So I really didn't like Tulum at all. So I was like ready, excited to get back here. I was so excited to get back to Playa del Carmen. And my daughter visited like the first half of the week that I was, or second half of the week that I was in uh, Tulum, and she hated it too. We were both excited to get here to Playa del Carmen, and she came here and she fell in love. She's ready to come back already. But yeah, so when you are renting, make sure I would say if you're planning on staying someplace long term, for me, I'm staying in each country as long as the passport will allow. So in Mexico, it's 6 months right now. Um, but I stayed for the first 4 weeks in different locations to find out where I want to live. And now I found that place. Next thing you want to look for when you're traveling abroad, if you are somebody that wants to go somewhere and have things taken care of for you. If you are doing a rental, of course, you can hire a cleaning lady. And I've had people mention that they're paying cleaning ladies $60 every 2 weeks um, to clean their home, to do their laundry, and do the things that they need instead of them having to do it. So that may be something you want to look at. But if you're doing an Airbnb, when I'm choosing Airbnbs, I look for Airbnbs that offer cleaning while you're there. So the one that I was in Tulum, they offer cleaning every 3 to 4 days. So I didn't have to do anything. I just basically left the unit, went to the beach, and came back in the apartment was clean. So that may be something that you want to look for when you are looking at Airbnbs or thinking about, sorry about the noise. I'm in a zone where there is a lot of dogs. It is also a party zone. There are literally some mornings where I wake up and I hear Biggie Biggie playing on one end of the block, and then other music playing on the other end of the block, and then dogs barking in the middle. But that's okay. Their dogs here are really, really, they're trained. They don't bother you. They'll bark at you, but they're not going to do anything to you. The ones that I've seen. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. Another thing, another suggestion that I wanted to share is join communities of areas that you're planning on moving to. There are a lot of communities out there that will allow you to join so that you can get to know the area, so that you can ask questions, ask for suggestions. Now, there are some communities that only allow people that currently live in the area to join. So I'm in a few of those now. But there are others that will allow you to come in and to ask questions. I'm in a lot of those communities, and people are looking to move to Playa del Carmen at the end of this year or beginning of next year. They're planning their journey because they're able to ask those questions to people that are already here. Let me pause because this dog is too loud. All right, hopefully he's done. So, next thing I wanted to talk to you about is enjoying the journey. A lot of us are in a space where we're trying to travel abroad to get in a space where we are not as stressed as we are in the US. So for me, I would say several of the weeks that I've been here, I've been working, I've been running around, I've been getting things done, and I'm just realizing that I'm not taking time for me. So what I did yesterday was got up yesterday morning before I started any client work or anything. I walked to the beach and just relaxed and walked for a little bit. I'm literally 4 blocks from the beach. So I can go there every morning. I do plan on going this evening. But also we have a rooftop pool that I can go up to and just relax. Take time to enjoy the journey. One part of that is a lot of people are stressing about income that's coming in. If you are not in a space where you don't if you're in a space where you don't have passive income coming in, comment passive below and I'll send you an invite to my community passive income suite where I post motivation and tips about creating passive income. That's what I'm doing now. I'm building that out for myself. Most of my income comes from my membership and from clients that are recurring clients. But I want to push into, I would say, at least 75% passive income. So that's what I'm working on building out now. And I share tips about that in my community. So make sure you're just commenting passive below, and I'll send you an invite to that. And then once again, just learn to take breaks every day. Like I said, this evening I'm going to go ahead and go to the beach. Maybe go to the beach or either go upstairs to the pool This morning, there's a restaurant across the street, a breakfast spot. I just went over there and had breakfast. I'm recording this video. I'm about to have my two client calls, do client work, and then take the evening to either go to the beach or go up to the pool. It'll probably more than likely be the beach because they be partying upstairs. I want to relax. But yeah, so that's it. My first 30 days have been absolutely amazing. I am enjoying this journey. So be sure to subscribe because I want to make sure you don't miss any of my upcoming trainings or videos and interviews. I have a few people that I'm going to be interviewing, and then a few podcasts that I'm interviewing on that I'm going to be sharing on here as well to share my journey in hopes that it does encourage those of you that are in the space that you want to move or travel abroad, starting within the next few years. So let me know if you have any questions.